Assalamualaikum everyone. So we go to chapter 4 this week, that is motivation. This chapter is a repetition chapter from your MGT 162 that you have taken in your part 1, during part 1. So you have taken this, you have learned on this chapter motivation. So what you will learn for this chapter in MGT 3 to 1 is basically quite similar things that you have learned before. So the main thing to be learned for motivation chapter is the motivational theories or theories of motivation. So there are quite a number of theories to be learned, some of which are the theories that you have learned in your MGT 162, and there are also some new theories. So what I will do for this chapter is I will teach you all the theories, the repetition ones and also the new ones, but I will cover only in brief the theories that you have learned before in your MGT 162, and I'll try to teach you in detail the theories which are new to you. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, for this chapter we are going to cover only 3 items. First one is the definition of motivation. Then we go to the early or classical theories of motivation, and the last one will be the contemporary theories of motivation. So as you can see here, the main parts to be covered are the theories of motivation. Okay, so there will be a lot of theories to be learned. So the definition given for motivation, as you can see in your textbook, it is actually a set of forces that causes people to act in certain ways. So motivation here means forces that cause people to do something. Forces here means something that push you to do something. Okay, for example, you come to class. So your act here is come to class. So there are something that push you. There are factors that push you to come to class. So this is called as the forces that cause you to do that. So that is called as motivation. So these are the motivational theories that we are going to cover for this chapter. So for the early or classical theories are divided into 3 sub-theories. The first one is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Second is theory X and Y. And the third one is two-factor theory. And as for the contemporary theories, we have 4 sub-theories, which are the ERG theory by Clayton Alderfer, then David McClelland theory of needs, then equity theory, and the last one will be the expectancy theory. So out of these 7 theories listed here, some of the theories I will require you to do presentation and also will be asked in your blended learning. So the theory to be presented and also to be asked in the blended learning will be informed later. Okay, now we go to the first theory, that is Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. So it is a very easy theory. You can see on page 90 of your textbook, in your textbook. Okay, Maslow hierarchy of needs theory. Hierarchy here means level, peringkat, needs. Okay, according to Maslow, as you can see from this slide is actually giving you the examples of Maslow hierarchy of needs. Okay, so you can see there are 5 hierarchy of needs over here. Okay, hierarchy ni maksudnya peringkat starting from this one is the first one, physiology, then security needs, belongingness, esteem, and last one is self-actualization. Okay, and on this side, these are the examples of an organization, and this side over here, these are the examples of your daily life. Okay, so let's look into briefly, the meaning of each of the level here. Okay, let's see the meaning of each and every level of Maslow hierarchy of needs. We go briefly on the meaning. You can turn to page 91. Okay, To give the definition here first, we have to start with the lowest level of Maslow hierarchy, that is the physiological need here. So physiological need here is basically the basic need, keperluan asas. Okay, in our life we have basic needs such as food, water, shelter. Those are called as the physiological needs. So do we need this? Yes, we really need this. So that's why it is called as physiological need. Those are the examples given related to our daily life. But for an organization, when we become the employees of an organization, employees also have their physiological needs related to work. For example, salary. So salary here is the basic need or the physiological need as well. Then we go to the safety needs. Safety need, another name here is security need. Okay, so ada dua nama, safety and security need. It means needs to feel safe, needs to be free from threat. Okay, tiada ugutan, keperluan untuk merasa selamat dalam hidup. Okay, so this is a need for security and protection from physical and emotional threats. Okay, so the example given in the textbook here is job security, health insurance and retirement plans. So examples given in the textbook here, they are the examples related to an organization. But in our daily life, we also have these safety needs. For example, in UiTM, we have the security guards. Okay, polis bantuan. So they are taking care of everybody in UiTM so that we can feel safe. So polis bantuan is called as one way to feel safe. So they are not our safety need. By having polis bantuan, then we feel safe. Okay. And at home we have the alarm system. So alarm system is also another example of one way to satisfy our safety need. We feel safe at home because we have that alarm system protecting us, okay, from any harm and threats. So you can give examples related to your daily life or related to an organization. Then the third one is the social needs. Another name for social here is belongingness needs. Needs untuk needs to be loved. Need ataupun keperluan untuk disayangi dan dicintai. Okay, so social or belongingness needs here, it is a desire to be loved and accepted by others. So it is a need for friendship, love and feeling of belonging. So in our life, we search for friends. Why do we search for friends? It is because we want to fulfill our social needs, because we want to be accepted by other people. We want to have friends in our life so that we can share our concerns and problems. Okay, so for example, as I said, in our daily life, friends at work lah. Yeah. Friends in our daily life. Friends at work is also an example for an organization. Hierarchy number 4 is the esteem needs. Esteem needs, as defined here, is needs for personal feeling of achievement and self-worth. It may come from internal factors such as self-respect, autonomy, achievement and so on. Okay, esteem needs here is needs to be respected. Satu keperluan yang ada dalam setiap manusia, yang mana manusia ni nak rasa dihormati dan dihargai. Okay, so what is the example in order to achieve this, to fulfill this esteem need, is your position. Okay, position at work. For example, you become a manager, then you have your own status. Okay, example given in the textbook is status. So how to get the status? If you earn a higher position. So estimate the example in an organization is you hold a higher position such as a manager, then you will be respected by other people. Then you are able to satisfy and fulfill your esteem need. Okay. How about an example of your daily life? Same, quite similar to example given for an organization. You earn a certain level of status. You are now
JKKK or ketua kampung. So people respect you and you earn a title of Dato', let's say. So people respect you because of your status or because of your position in the society. So you are able to satisfy your esteem needs because of that. And lastly, here is self-actualization needs. Need for self-fulfillment and to show one's ability to the fullest. So self-actualization need ni adalah satu keperluan yang mana manusia ni nak tunjukkan kebolehan yang ada dalam diri dia. Okay, one person wants to show his ability to the fullest, what he has inside himself. Okay, it is more than the position in esteem need here. Okay, so one person is aiming to satisfy self-actualization need when the person has already got the position. Mungkin seorang tu dah jadi manager ataupun the CEO of a company. He is in the highest position already, but still in himself he wants to find something. He is not satisfied. Dia rasa tak puas hati lagi walaupun dah jadi CEO, let's say. And he wants to show to the people in the country, let's say, that he is able to be a millionaire, or he wants to be a billionaire, let's say. So to be a billionaire is called as self-actualization need, because you want to show to other people what you have inside you, your fullest capability and your fullest ability. Okay, so now as for students, what I can say that you have already fulfilled up to these social needs. You have already fulfilled your physiological needs. You have food, shelter, water in your ITM. I'm giving an example when you are in your ITM, assuming that you are in your ITM. You feel safe inside your ITM because we have police bantuan and all the security measures taken in your ITM. So you have satisfied your safety need. You have also satisfied and fulfilled your social need because you have friends around you as well. You have your boyfriends, you have your girlfriends. Okay, those who have a lot of girlfriends, then S is necessary here. As for the esteem needs, if you are a normal student, you don't hold any position that other students respect you, then you are not satisfying, you don't fulfill your esteem needs yet. But those who has or anybody who holds a position in your ITM, let's say you are one of the MPP members, you adalah ketua dalam MPP, so other students respect you, then I can say that you have satisfied your esteem needs. Okay, and selagi tak capai esteem need, then it is impossible for you to satisfy your self-actualization needs. As for me and other working people, I believe we have fulfilled up to the esteem needs. And for this self-actualization need, everybody in this world is still looking for something that he or she wants to show his fullest ability. So let's say your dream is to be a billionaire, or your dream is to be a prime minister, so it is related to your dream. Then until you become the prime minister, your self-actualization need is not fulfilled and satisfied yet.
Okay, how does Maslow hierarchy of needs theory work? So how to understand Maslow hierarchy of needs other than the 5 hierarchy of needs just now? Okay, so Maslow kata everybody has 5 levels of needs or 5 hierarchy of needs. So all of us have that 5 needs in us: the physiological needs, social needs, safety needs, social needs, esteem needs, and also self-actualization needs. So how to fulfill all these 5 hierarchy of needs? So people have motivation to fulfill the lower level of need first. Maksudnya, cara kita nak penuhi setiap need kita ni adalah dengan cara mengikut turutan. Okay. So, kita akan mempunyai motivation yang tinggi untuk memenuhi physiological need first. Okay, so that's why it is said over here, lower order needs to satisfy first. Okay. Okay, the next thing that you need to understand about Maslow hierarchy of need is People cannot move to the next higher level until all needs at the current or lower level are satisfied. Okay, maksudnya di sini selagi lower level of need tu tidak dicapai ataupun dipenuhi, setiap manusia ni tak akan ada motivation untuk mencapai need yang di peringkat atas. Okay, for example, you are striving to fulfill your basic need, which is your physiological need. You don't have a shelter yet. You don't get food yet, meaning that your physiological need is not satisfied and fulfilled yet. So because of this, then you don't have, Maslow says, you don't have a motivation to fulfill the next higher level of need, that is the security need. Okay, and the next thing to understand about Maslow hierarchy of need is people must move up the hierarchy in order. So Maslow kata needs ni perlu dipenuhi ataupun dicapai mengikut urutan. Maksudnya, first thing you kena satisfy physiological need. Once dah satisfy ataupun dah capai physiological need, then you will go up to the next higher level, that is security need. Okay, selagi security need tak dicapai, you will strive to fulfill that need until you achieve that need. Then once security need is satisfied, then you will go to the next higher level, that is social or belongingness need. Okay, now we go to the next theory, that is theory X and Y, which was developed by Douglas McGregor. So what is meant by theory X and Y? Okay, it says over here McGregor proposed two different views, which are the behavioral aspects of human beings. Okay, so theory X and Y mudah je nak faham. Theory X, theory X and Y are actually the assumptions on the human behavior or employees behavior. So teori ni basically adalah berkaitan dengan andaian terhadap tingkah laku employees. Okay, theory X is actually a theory. Theory X represents the negative behavior employees, and theory Y represents the positive behavior employees. Okay, so X pangkah bermaksudnya bad behavior of employees, and Y, yes, means that good behavior of employees. So theory X and Y ni mengatakan employees ni mempunyai dua jenis behavior, theory X behavior and also theory Y behavior. So there are some employees who have good behavior, which is called as theory Y, and some employees have bad behaviors, which we call as theory X. Okay, so let's see what are the characteristics of theory X and Y. Okay, characteristics here are actually the behavior. Okay, apakah behavior employees in theory X and also theory Y? So, as I said just now, theory X is a theory that says employees have bad behavior. So what are the behaviors? So let's see in terms of attitudes, direction, responsibility, motivation, and creativity over here. Okay, so theory X says that people dislike work. Okay, manusia ni tak suka bekerja, itu adalah bad character or bad behavior, and they must be forced or bribed to work. So nak suruh dia orang kerja hanyalah melalui paksaan ataupun kena rasuah. Okay, rasuah dia dan barulah dia nak bekerja. So paksa lah maksudnya, tak ada inisiatif sendiri untuk bekerja. They would rather be directed, meaning they must be directed and instructed to work. Kena bagi arahan kepada employee yang under theory X ni, sebab dia orang ni malas bekerja, dia orang tak suka bekerja, so they have to be directed. So manager must give instructions to them, direct them how to work. and they are also only motivated by money. So pekerja ataupun manusia yang ada teori X ni, money is everything to them. So to make them work, give them money. So they will be motivated by money and they will work after getting the money. And they have little creativity. Maksudnya dia malas berfikir dan dia tak kreatif. Yang jadi under theory X. So basically dia orang ni malas lah. Bad character. On the other hand, theory Y people, okay, they are the people who want to work and they enjoy work. So theory Y people ni adalah manusia yang sangat suka bekerja and they nak bekerja. Okay. So the next behavior of theory Y is people will direct themselves. They are self-directed. Okay, self-directed ni maksudnya manager tak perlu beri arahan untuk dia orang bekerja. So they know themselves what to do. They direct themselves on what to do. So they take their own initiative on what to do. They will seek and accept responsibility. So theory Y people ni adalah orang yang selalu mencari kerja dan juga mencari tanggungjawab. They offer themselves to do something. Okay, they want to accept responsibility. So if the manager gives them work, yes, they are willing to do the job because they want the responsibility. Okay, in terms of motivation, they are motivated by the desire to realize their own potential. So manusia yang dalam teori Y ni ataupun pekerja or employees under teori Y, they are not motivated by money. They want to see their own potential. Dia nak lihat sejauh mana dia boleh pergi dengan menggunakan keupayaan sendiri. Okay? So they are very motivated people. And these people also have high creativity and ingenuity. Creativity maksudnya sebabkan dia orang ni rajin, so they have a lot of ideas and their ideas are genuine. Genuine maksudnya asli. Okay? And they are very creative because they have a lot of ideas. Okay, still in theory X and Y. So because of this is the motivation theory, so because of these assumptions, where employees have two types of behavior, good behavior and bad behavior. Okay, good behavior is the theory Y and bad behavior is the theory X. So how should the manager motivate these two types of employees? Should the manager use the same approach or not? Okay, so if you are the manager and you know that your employees, some of your employees are good and some other are having bad behavior, so what should you do? Okay, so by identifying who are the employees fall under theory Y and who are the employees that fall under theory X, okay, then the manager can actually decide the best approach to motivate these employees. Okay, for theory Y employees, who are the employees who have good behaviors, they are very hardworking, they are very creative, and they are self-directed and very motivated to show their own potential. So the best way to motivate these people is by using participative approach. So what is participative? Participative here means sit together with the employees, managers sit together with the employees, ask suggestions and ideas from these employees and use their ideas to make decisions. So in other words, the manager make decisions together with the employees by consulting the employees first and also use their ideas. Okay, because these are the employees who have a lot of ideas, so they will give good ideas to the manager in order to solve problems. So that is called as participative approach. On the other hand, for theory X employees, these are the employees who dislike work, they are very lazy, they have to be forced to to work, and they have to be bribed to work, and they have little ideas and little creativity. So the best way to motivate these employees is by using authoritarian approach. Okay, authoritarian approach here means autocratic style. Push them. Okay, paksaan. Okay, push them and threat them. That is the best way to motivate them. Okay, for example, you are the manager, you see that you have this kind of employees who are so lazy to work. So how to motivate them to work is by forcing them. So threat them. If you don't do this, I cut your salary. If you don't do that, I will fire you. So that is called as authoritarian approach or autocratic, meaning that you use a force to make them work or do something. Okay, next theory, which is still in the early theories or classical theory, is the two-factor theory by Frederick Herzberg. Okay, so don't get confused between two-factor theory and theory X and Y. Okay, selalu sangat students confused dan tukar, switch these two theories. Okay, two-factor theory, by the word two-factor, so this is the theory which consists of two factors or proposed two factors, which are called as hygiene factors and motivator factors. So one of these two factors are actually the factors that motivate employees to work, and another factor is the factor that is not motivating employees to work. Okay, so let's look at these two factors. The first one is hygiene factors. So this is available in your textbook on page 95. Okay, what is hygiene factors? Okay, hygiene factors are the job factors related to the job context or the environment in which the job is being performed. Okay, so hygiene factors are the factors that relates to job context. So what is meant by job context? It is actually the environment of the job. So persekitaran kerja tu dipanggil hygiene factors. Okay, so what are the examples of these hygiene factors? So you can see the diagram given in your textbook. Salary, company policy, fringe benefits, working condition, job security, supervision. Okay, so salary, gaji. Gaji adalah benda yang berada di persekitaran. When we work, we get salary. So yang berada di persekitaran, that is the environment. Company policy ni bermaksud the regulations and rules of the organisation of the company. Then fringe benefits, the benefits given to the employees such as the annual leave, insurance benefit and all. Okay, supervision, the last one given in the diagram, you can see the example. Supervision ni bermaksud management. So in easy word, it is the manager himself or herself. Okay, so manager, salary, fringe benefit, company policy, ini adalah faktor yang berada di persekitaran kerja. So that is called as hygiene factors. Okay. Okay, these hygiene factors, if not present, it will cause dissatisfaction. Okay, you have to remember this. Hygiene factor ni kalau tidak diberi dengan secukupnya kepada employees, itu dipanggil not present. Kalau hygiene factors not present, apa akan berlaku kepada employees adalah dia akan membuatkan employees ni tidak berpuas hati. So it will lead to dissatisfaction. Okay, the keyword is not present. Okay, for example, you work in a company, you are given a salary that is not according to your expectation. It doesn't meet your expectation. Let's say you are hoping to get a salary of 2,000 ringgit per month, but you are only paid 1,500. So that is called as it is not present, tidak mencukupi. So what will happen? So hygiene factor says it will cause the employees to feel dissatisfied. Kalau tak ada. But if the factor is present, maksudnya mencukupi, it will not make employees satisfied. So you don't have to worry about what happens if it is present. So you just can't focus on what happens if it is not present. Maksudnya jika tak dapat seperti yang kita harapkan. Okay, the next factor in the two-factor theory is the motivator factors. By the word motivator, so automatically we know this is the factor that will motivate the employees. Yeah? So the definition given for motivator factors, it is the factor or they are the factors that relate to the job content. Okay, tadi hygiene factors relate to the job context. So motivator factors are the factors that relate to job content. So what is the meaning of job content? It is actually the feeling about the job, perasaan berkaitan dengan kerja. So it is not actually the external factor. Job content ni maksudnya benda yang kita rasa kat dalam. How do we feel about our job? Are we happy with our job or not? That is job content. So what are the examples of motivator factors? You can turn to page 95 again. Recognition, achievement, growth, responsibility, advancement, and the work itself. Recognition. Recognition ni adalah penghargaan. Achievement, pencapaian. Growth ni macam you get promotion. Okay, kenaikan pangkat. Okay, recognition, penghargaan. Okay, you cannot see actually, but you can feel inside. When you are recognized as an employee, the best employee of the month, so that is called as recognition. So that falls under motivator factor. Okay. Praise can be included as the motivator factor as well. It is not included in your textbook, tapi praise, pujian adalah contoh terbaik untuk motivator factor. Okay. So two-factor theory mengatakan if these motivator factors are present, if present, it will make employees satisfied. Sekiranya faktor-faktor ni diberi, contohnya recognition diberi, praise diberi, achievement diberi kepada employees, employees ni akan merasa sangat puas hati. Okay, tadi hygiene factors, if not present, it cause dissatisfaction. And terbalikkan kepada untuk motivator factor, kita terbalikkan. If present, maksudnya sekiranya benda ni ataupun faktor semua ni diberi, it will make employees satisfied. Okay, contohnya, you are my employees. I keep praising you for your good performance. So these two-factor theory says that you will be very, very satisfied. So what happens if it is not present? Kalau tak diberi, what happens if I don't praise you? So it will not cause the dissatisfaction. Dia tak akan membuatkan employees ni tidak puas hati. But don't worry about not present. You just focus on what happens if it is present. Okay, you can see clearly this is extracted from the textbook. The hygiene factors over here. Okay, hygiene factors, it is called as the dissatisfiers. Maksudnya sekiranya faktor-faktor hygiene factor ni tidak diberi kepada employee secukupnya, dia akan membuatkan employees to dissatisfied. And over here it is the examples of motivator factors. Dia tulis kat sini motivation factors, motivator factors, or another name is the satisfiers. Maksudnya kalau employees diberi semua faktor ni such as the achievement, recognition, advancement, and another one I added just now, the praise, pujian. So kalau employees diberi semua faktor tu, it will make them satisfied. So that is the motivator factor. Okay. This one, okay, the next theory here is ERG theory. This is the contemporary theory. Contemporary here means the current theories. Yang tadi tu the old theories or classical theories, early theories. Ini adalah antara teori yang baru dikeluarkan. And this theory was developed by Clayton Alderfer. Okay, so what can we see in ERG theory? Okay, ERG stands for existence, relatedness, and growth. So according to Clayton Alderfer, there are three types of needs that everybody has: existence, relatedness, and growth. So that's why the name of this theory is ERG. Okay, that stands for the first letter of every type of need. Okay. The best thing about ERG theory here is it is similar to Maslow hierarchy of needs. It is actually a revision of Maslow hierarchy of needs. Maslow says there are 5 types of needs or 5 hierarchy of needs. ERG says there are 3 types of needs. So ERG ni adalah teori yang kompreskan Maslow hierarchy of needs daripada 5 menjadi 3. Okay. So what is existence needs? Okay, existence needs ni adalah needs yang sama macam physiological and security needs. So dalam Maslow, physiological needs combined together with the security needs, it forms the existence need in ERG theory. So basically, it is the basic need and also the safety need. The R, relatedness need in ERG theory, is similar to the social needs in Maslow hierarchy of needs. Okay, so maksudnya related need ni adalah need to have friends, need to be loved by other people. And lastly, G, it is called as the growth need. It is similar to esteem needs and also self-actualization needs in Maslow hierarchy of needs. Okay. So growth need bermaksud need to be respected by other people, that is for esteem, and need to show fullest ability, that is self-actualization in Maslow hierarchy. So to define ERG theory, so you just give E stands for existence, R relatedness, and G growth. And how are these 3 similar to Maslow hierarchy of needs, and what is the meaning? So existence sama dengan physiology and security. And maksudnya physiology and security tu, relatedness is a social need dalam Maslow, and what is the meaning of social need? And growth is similar to esteem and self-actualization, and apa yang maksud esteem and self-actualization. Okay, so this slide here is actually giving you the definition of existence, relatedness, and growth. Benda yang telah di-explain tadi. Need for basic material necessities, so that is the basic need for existence. Desire or needs for relationship, that is relatedness. And desire for personal development or to achieve something, that is growth. Okay, but how the ERG theory works is quite different from Maslow hierarchy of needs. Maslow says every need must be fulfilled according to hierarchy. Maksudnya kalau kita nak capai need tu, kita kena penuhi daripada paling bawah sekali, that is physiology, then we go up to safety, and until we reach the last hierarchy, that is self-actualization. But ERG theory is different, which says that more than one need can be operative at the same time. Maksudnya kalau kita nak capai ERG ni, existence, relatedness, and growth, tak semestinya kita capai hanya satu daripada 3 need ni. So if you want to fulfill existence need together with relatedness need at the same time, yes, it is allowed according to ERG theory. And the next way ERG theory works is, it says over here, if a higher level need cannot be fulfilled, the desire to satisfy the lower level need increases. So ERG theory says, if let's say a person wants to achieve the highest need first, that is the growth need. Okay, growth adalah need yang paling tinggi. Okay, yang paling bawah adalah existence. The second one is relatedness, and the third or the highest one is growth need. So if you want to achieve or satisfy growth need first, you want to fulfill your personal development first, and you do not succeed, tak berjaya, so ERG theory says that you will have a very high motivation to fulfill the lower level need, that is relatedness and also existence. The ERG ni dia tak ada hierarchy untuk kita follow. Mana-mana need yang kita nak fulfill dulu dibenarkan dalam ERG theory. So tak semestinya you fulfill your existence need first. If you don't want to fulfill your existence need first, you can just go directly to the highest need, that is growth. Boleh dibenarkan. But kalau you tak berjaya fulfill the growth need, then your motivation will increase to fulfill the relatedness and existence need. Okay. Okay. So this slide is giving you the differences between ERG and Maslow. Okay, even though ERG is actually a theory that comes from Maslow hierarchy of needs, but there are some differences. I have explained some of the differences earlier in the previous slide. Okay, so the differences can be explained by answering these three questions. Okay, number one, any rigid hierarchy to follow? Okay, ada tak susunan tertentu yang perlu diikuti? Okay, Maslow says yes, there must be a rigid hierarchy to follow. Okay, in order to fulfill the need, people must follow or must start from the basic need first, that is the lowest one in the hierarchy, physiological need, and then move up to the next higher level until it reach the last one or the highest one. But ERG theory is a theory that says there is no hierarchy to be followed. So even though the hierarchy, we can see that the existence need is the lowest in the hierarchy, relatedness in the second hierarchy, and the highest hierarchy is the growth. But if you want to fulfill the highest one first, meaning that you don't follow the hierarchy, it is allowed. So ERG does not have any hierarchy to follow. So that is the first difference. Second difference, how many needs to fulfill at one time? Maslow says only one need can be fulfilled at one time. So satu need saja yang boleh dicapai pada satu-satu masa. Selagi tak dicapai satu need tu, then the next need cannot be fulfilled. That is according to Maslow. But for ERG, how many needs to fulfill at one time? As many as you want or as you wish. If you want to fulfill all the three needs at one time, existence, relatedness, and growth, yes, it is allowed in ERG theory. So there is no limit on how many needs to fulfill at one time. Okay, so that is the second difference. And the last difference between these two theories is what happens if a person is unable to fulfill the desired need. So apa akan jadi kalau seseorang tu tak dapat nak capai need yang dia nak? Okay. Maslow says if a person is not able to fulfill the need or the desired need, then there is no motivation to go and fulfill the next higher level. So selagi need yang paling bawah tak dapat dipenuhi ataupun dicapai, so seseorang tu takkan ada motivation untuk memenuhi need yang di hierarchy yang seterusnya. But ERG works in an opposite way. ERG says that if a person is not able to fulfill the highest need, that is the growth need, then there will be a strong motivation to fulfill the lower level need. So kalau you are trying to fulfill the growth need first in your life, okay, you don't care about your existence and relatedness, but you want to fulfill or satisfy your growth need. You want to fulfill your personal development first or achieve personal development first, but in the end you fail. Okay, you don't succeed. So then you will have a very strong motivation to go down to achieve or to satisfy relatedness need and also the existence need. So dia terbalik Maslow dengan ERG. Okay, the next theory is McClelland's theory of needs, which was developed by David McClelland. So McClelland said people have three types of needs, which are need for achievement, need for affiliation, and also need for power. Okay, so he said every individual has a different degree of strength
of the three needs, which influences their behaviors and preferences at work. So David McClelland ni, when he proposed this theory, he said that everybody has these three needs. Semua orang ada needs ni, need for achievement, need for affiliation, as well as need for power. However, each and every person will have a different degree of strength ataupun different strength of each of the need here. Setiap orang tu mempunyai kekuatan setiap need ni yang berbeza. Okay, for example, Mr. A has a strong need for achievement compared to the other two needs, and Mr. B has a strong need for affiliation compared to the other two types of needs. Itu maksud dia. Itu maksud ayat yang di bawah ni. So because of this, that every individual has a different degree of strength of the three needs, this will influence their behavior and preferences, which we will see in the next slide. Okay, so the first type of need according to McClelland theory of need is need for achievement. As defined over here, it is the drive to excel, to achieve in relation to a set of standards, to strive to succeed. So in short, need for achievement ni adalah satu need yang ada dalam diri seseorang untuk berjaya. The drive to excel, satu rasa keinginan untuk berjaya. Okay, and to achieve something, to succeed in something. That is need for achievement. So because of, when a person has a strong need for achievement, then that person will show this kind of preferences and characteristics. So this part here is referring to the behavior and also the preferences of that person having the strong need for achievement. So the first characteristic of a person who has a strong need for achievement is that person want to accomplish reasonably challenging goals through their own effort. So disebabkan orang ni, katalah Mr. A ni, dia ada need for achievement ni yang paling tinggi compared to the other two needs, dia punya karakteristik ataupun dia punya preferences, dia suka kerja yang challenging, yang ada challenging goal. Okay, dengan menggunakan effort dia sendiri, so that he will know his own achievement. So dengan bagi tugas, manager ni kena bagi tugas yang challenging, so that this person knows what is the level of his achievement. Then this person will be motivated. And this person also who has a strong need for achievement prefers to work alone rather than to work in teams, because whenever he achieves something or complete something or accomplish something, then that triggers or that actually an indicator that he has achieved something. So he will be motivated rather than to work in teams. If the team has accomplished something, so the achievement belongs to the team, not to the individual. So orang ni dia takkan suka. So because of this person has high need for achievement, dia nak bekerja seorang diri. So kalau dia dah completekan satu kerja, dia akan ada rasa high motivation sebab dia dah berjaya completekan sesuatu tugas alone. And this person also prefers to choose moderately challenging tasks. Okay, orang ni dia suka pilih kerja yang moderately challenging, not highly challenging, sebab dia nak achieve, dia nak completekan kerja tu, dia nak ada rasa sense of achievement. So dia pilih kerja yang sederhana challenging, so that dia tahu dia boleh completekan kerja tu and achieve the success. Okay, and this person also desire feedback and recognition for their success. So whenever he or she completes something, he wants other people to recognize his or her achievement and his success. Okay, the next need is need for achievement. The definition given here is the desire for friendly and close personal relationship. So need for affiliation ni adalah satu need yang mana seseorang tu ada keinginan untuk berkawan and to have good relationship with other people. Okay, to maintain good relationship with other people or with the colleagues. So if one person is having this need for affiliation, the strong need for affiliation compared to the other two needs, so this person will have these characteristics and preferences at work. So So dia suka berkawan orang ni. Dia punya keinginan dia lebih kepada nak mencari kawan di tempat kerja rather than to achieve something. So because of this person prefers to work in team sebab dia suka nak buat kawan. Okay. And this person also tries to conform to or to fit in or to follow others' wishes and expectations. So this person will try to fulfill other people's wishes and expectations because of he or she wants to make other people happy and he wants other people to accept him as part of the group. Okay. And this person also will try to avoid conflict and confrontation. So dia tak sukalah bergaduh ataupun having a conflict di tempat kerja because he loves or she loves to make friends. This person also wants to be liked by others and try his or her best to project favourable image of himself or herself lah. So aim dia adalah untuk disukai oleh pekerja lain di tempat kerja, dan dengan itu dia akan cuba untuk display dia punya favourable image lah, dia punya diri dia yang a good side about himself or herself, so that other people will like him or will like her, and actively support others and try to smooth out workplace conflict. So dia akan elakkan ataupun dia cuba redakan konflik di tempat kerja because of apa yang dia nak dalam hidup dia adalah kawan. And the last need according to David McClellan is the need for power. The definition given here is the need to make others behave in a way that they would not have behaved otherwise. So in simple way to define this need for power is the need to control other people or the need to make other people listen to us. Okay? So if an individual is having a strong need for power compared to the other types of needs, so this person will have these few characteristics or these few preferences. So orang ni sebabkan dia ada keinginan untuk dapatkan power tu melebihi daripada dua need yang lagi dua tu, achievement and affiliation, so dia akan menunjukkan ciri-ciri ni dalam kerja dia. He wants to exercise control over others, dia nak control orang lain. Okay, and he also concerns about maintaining relationship position, so dia akan cuba tunjukkan yang dia tu ada position so that he can control other people. Okay, so orang yang macam ni kalau dia lebih fokuskan ataupun bagi priority pada power dalam hidup dia, he will do whatever he can in order to control other people. So dia akan, even though the management ask him to work in a group, he will try to make himself as a group leader so that he can actually control other group members. Okay, so dia nak power.
In equity theory, employees compare themselves to others in terms of what they get out of their work, outcomes, relative to what they contribute, inputs. Outcomes typically refer to salary, promotions, training opportunities, recognition, as well as things such as an attractive office, time off, and perceived preferential treatment. Inputs refer to what an individual brings to their job. Typically, we think of knowledge, education, and experience, but may also refer to perceptions of effort and competency. As shown here, the reason for separating outcomes and inputs is that individuals make comparisons between their own ratio of outcomes to inputs and that of another person or referent. If your inputs and outcomes are the same as the other person, then you experience equity, a balance. If your inputs are less and your outcomes are greater, meaning your ratio of inputs to outcomes is more favorable than the other person, you experience positive inequity. When your comparison suggests that your inputs are greater than the other person, but your outcomes are less, you are likely to experience negative inequity. This is because you believe you're doing more with fewer benefits. So, what are the implications of all this? This is Bob. Bob works 40 hours per week and is paid $50,000. Bob is happy. The company hires a new employee, Susan. Susan has the same education and experience as Bob. She does the same tasks for the same 40 hours per week. Susan is paid $60,000. Susan is happy, but Bob is now sad. Bob is upset that his pay is less than hers for the same work. He is experiencing negative inequity. What would make Bob feel better? He might ask for a raise with his boss. If his boss says yes, and Bob gets a raise to $60,000, Bob is happy again. But what if his boss says no? What might happen? Bob might reduce how hard he works to restore equity. If Susan gets $60,000 for 40 hours work, he might slow down, take extra breaks, spend more time on the internet, or leave early. Or Bob might change his perception of himself or of Susan. Or he might look to find some other person to compare himself against that may result in a more favorable comparison. Or Bob might look to leave for another company where he hopes to feel more equitably treated. If employees feel they are treated fairly relative to others, they are pretty happy. But when they experience negative inequity, they will take steps to reduce the perceived inequities. As a manager, it is important to be able to justify and explain differences in how workers are treated.
Hi, you are watching Vroom's Expectancy Theory. Vroom's Expectancy Theory seeks to explain what motivates people to choose one option over another. Vroom's theory is based on 3 factors. 1. Expectancy. The level of an employee is willing to exert in hopes that the increased effort will result in better performance. 2. Instrumentality. The belief that as you perform well that a valued outcome will be received. 3. Valence. The importance that the individual places upon the expected outcome. Vroom concludes that the force of motivation in an employee can be calculated using a formula. Motivation equals to valence times instrumentality times expectancy. Let's make it understand with 2 situations.
I think Arpita has the ability to take our next project. She is doing a good job.
Arpita, you did very well in your last project. I will give you one more project tomorrow. If you perform well and finish the project within 7 days, you will be rewarded with promotion.
Yes. It's a good opportunity for me. I don't want to miss that. If I work hard, anything is possible.
This is known as expectancy. Employee thinks that if she works hard, her effort will lead to better performance.
I like the reward. If I can accomplish this project, I will be rewarded. Last month, my boss gave me a reward for my good performance.
So, this is known as instrumentality. She thinks that, if she works hard for the next project, her performance will lead to outcomes. The more projects will she get, more reward she will receive.
Oh no! Too much work.
But, I can handle it. I will do this project. The reward is valuable to me. If I come into office earlier, I can get more work done. Then I'll definitely get raise. Not to mention that, I'll beat my colleagues out of that promotion.
So, this is known as valence. She is highly motivated by the reward. The outcome is desirable. If she can achieve the reward, she will be satisfied. So, if someone perceives that all of these is true, then Vroom's expectancy theory suggests that employee is highly motivated. Let's see the situation 2.
Mr. Fehan, you are doing good. I'll give you another project tomorrow. If you perform well and finish the project within 7 days, you will be rewarded with $3,000.
I like the reward. But, will I ever complete the task within a week? Even if I try, I can never complete this project.
This is known as expectancy. Employee B thinks that, will his efforts lead to high performance to achieve the outcomes?
Well, last month I accomplished a project work but haven't received the reward yet. Will they ever give the reward?
So, this is known as instrumentality. He thinks that, whether his performance will lead to any outcome or reward.
Is $3,000 worth all the hard work, so much of work? Is it possible to finish the work within 7 days?
So, this is known as valence. Basically, employee B thinks that all the hard work would lead the reward, desirable or not. So, understanding the situation, if someone perceives that any one of these is true, then Vroom's expectancy theory suggests that employee B is not motivated.